Just bear with me, please. John Cinke. Who was he? He was first the Son of God, who let us borrow him for 77 years. And on September 10th at 9:15 p.m., God decided it was time for his son to come home. He was a husband of 57 years, married to my beautiful mother, Grace, who I must give props to, because she has watched and cared for our father for the last 4 years while he fought his heart disease. So before I even begin to start on my father's eulogy, my dad wants you all to give his Wheezy a round of applause. Mom, you were truly Dad's hero. He was the father of us girls, Nina, Patty, and I, and I'm quite sure throughout the years, raising 3 girls, he wished he had a son. Dad couldn't get a break. He was a grandpa, he was a pawpaw, he was a great-grandpa, he was an uncle-grandpa, and he loved you all so very, very much. He was a father-in-law and was preceded in death of 2 of his son-in-laws. I remember telling Jean after Charlie passed that you were the last man standing. Well, Jean, now you truly are. He was an uncle, he was a cousin, he was a friend, and he was like a father to our next door neighbor, Bob. Dad finally had the son that he always wanted when Bob moved in next door. Us girls are forever grateful to you, Bob. We have no doubt that you will continue checking on Mom and share a margarita every once in a while. Dad was also similar to Morris the cat, but he beat Morris because Morris only had 9 lives. Dad had at least 15. He was a fighter and would not give up, something that he instilled in us girls, to never quit, to never give up. I guess that was the Hungarian blood in him. As we all know, he was very strong and bullheaded. Sorry, Dad. He was an impulse shopper. When Dad wanted something, he bought it, no questions asked. He had to have it right then and right now. If he decided he wanted something tomorrow, it better have been ready yesterday. That was him, just ask my mother. Dad was the family patroni, the head of the table, the master of ceremonies. And I'm quite sure when he entered through those gates of heaven, everyone recognized his stature. My dad was so much more, and his life story could go on and on. When my sisters asked me to write our father's eulogy, I asked them to share a memory about Dad. And we all agreed on the same subject, Dad's love for Christmas. He was absolutely obsessed with his Christmas decorations and his tree. They say that every man has an ounce of some sort of feminist in them. Well, my dad had more than an ounce. We had a little nickname for him, which I'm not going to say at this time, but if you want to know it, just come and ask me, and I'll be glad to tell you. It was best to leave the house and just let him go at it when he was decorating. He was a perfectionist. And although it might have taken him weeks to complete his winter wonderland, he was going to make sure that it was done correctly. He was so organized. So organized that I remember coming home 2 years ago. He was just getting out of the hospital, and I stayed to help him with his Christmas decorations. He said, just pull these boxes down, which were perfectly placed in the closet, and read the label. It'll tell you what's in the box and where it goes. Who does that? Our dad. He also always made Christmas so special. He was Santa's helper for so many. He would always say, if you don't believe, you don't receive. I'm sure that Christmas will not be as merry and bright this year without Dad. As Dad was in his final moments of his journey on earth, transitioning into his next journey, the 4 of us watched as he laid there helpless, The only thing we knew to do was to pray to God to come and take him home. We were on God's time and we were waiting. I would like to believe that Dad was near those gates of heaven, about to preview, and stopped. He was looking at the landscaping and the wreaths on the gates, and immediately told the angels that he could not walk through those gates until he mowed, weed-eated, watered, and made a new wreath. Once he had all that finished, he then walked in those gates and said, "The Patroni has arrived." To my family and friends, don't grieve for me, for now I'm free. I'm following the path God laid for me. I took his hand when I heard his call. I turned my back and left it all. I could not stay another day, to laugh, to love, to work, to play. Tasks left undone must stay that way. I found the peace at the close of day. If my parting has left a void, then fill it with remembered joy. A friendship shared, a laugh, a kiss. Oh yes, these things I too will miss. Be not burdened with times of sorrow. I wish you the sunshine of tomorrow. My life's been full, I savored much. Good friends, good times, a loved one's touch. Perhaps my times seem all too brief. Don't lengthen it now with undue grief. Lift up your heart and share with me. God wanted me now. He set me free. On behalf of my mothers, sisters, and I, we would like to thank all of you who touched our father's heart, shared a laugh, or said hello. Thank you all for your condolences, acts of kindness, prayers, and calls. If you have yet to view the DVD that I made of my father's beautiful life, you can do so by going to YouTube and typing in "The Celebration of Life, John E. Cinke." There you will see a great life our father lived, what great memories he left for all of us to cherish. At this time, we will have a selection, and then the floor is open. Bob will be the first to come up and offer his condolences to his dad. And for anyone else who would like to come and offer their condolences, may God bless you all.
Thank you, Teresa.